Hi, hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. I have no clue what the time is. How are you guys doing? What I have today for you in the bag for me, in the bag from me is actual CAT questions from time, speed, and distance. This is my third lecture on time, speed, and distance. In today's session, what I have for you guys are questions from the last 3 years. So I will be talking about questions with regards to time, speed, and distance from 2017 SCAT, 2018 SCAT, and 2019 SCAT, which basically is last 3 years SCAT. We have already joined. Okay, great. So hi, hello, hi Aju. Oh, when you said excited, I got excited. I thought you were excited for the session, but then it seems like you're more excited for the lockdown. Kind of little bit it hurt me, but then it's okay. Hi, good evening, Pooja. Hello. Where's everyone else? Hi, guys. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to see me? Superb. Hi, Redox. Vanakkam. How are you doing, buddy? Great. Hi, Vibor. I'm doing amazing, man. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, by the way? Hi, Archana. Hi. Hello. So, do we have anyone new here? Anyone who hasn't been attending my session, or anyone who's taken a long break in between, probably because of work or some other priorities that came in last minute? Anyone who's been attending my sessions in the beginning, but then in between you had something else to do, and then you've decided to join again? Great. Hi, hi, Anuj. Hello. Akhil, okay, thank you so much, man. I have this, I don't know if I should call it disability, but I have this disability that I am not able to understand, or I don't figure out if someone's being sarcastic or not. Because sometimes it looks like people are giving me actual compliments, but then when they start talking about my hairstyle, I'm like, maybe not. Great, Aju, you're excited for the session also. Very nice, very nice. So glad to hear that. Hi, Vibor. I'm so happy that you are doing brilliant because obviously you'll have to take care of your health also, right? Especially given the situation and the circumstances that we are living in, right? Yeah. Hi, is it Daniel or is it Daniel? Akhil, hello. Hi, Akhil. If you're new, welcome. Hi, Priya. Great. Priya, you are very, what do you mean by very new? Like, how are you like, sir? I'm so new. It's just been 1 minute I've seen your face. Very new to this. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Chaya. Good evening. Oh, no, 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 Akhil. Okay. Compliment taken. Compliment taken. I don't know. I'm guessing your hairstyle would also be really good. I'm just assuming. But thank you, though. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you for appreciating this hairstyle. Shahid, hi, Redox, right? Let's get on with the session now, right? What I have for you guys in the bag are actual CAT questions from 2017, 18, and 19. Everything that is related to time, speed, and distance. Yes. Now, if anyone is new here and if you figure out that some of the concepts you're not able to understand, or you're not getting a reference to some shortcut, some formula that I've given, for that all you'll have to do is go back, watch the other two lectures on time, speed, and distance. Yes. One was aired yesterday and the other was aired day before yesterday. Yes. So all you have to do is go have a look at those lectures as well. That way you would be able to relate to everything that we're going to talk about now, right? Super. Great. Of course, Vibor. Of course, you'll have to do that as well, right? Okay, Vibor. To be frank, I don't know how things are in most places, but then to be frank, my college, the farewell was just the word farewell is actually overrated. I think it's the the movies and the shows that we watch that actually, hype the term farewell. Apart from that, mine was, to be frank, I don't even remember half of what I did in my farewell. Probably blacked out though. I don't want to blame the event, but yes. Okay. Right, Shahid. You wanna start it swift. Priya, great. If it's your first time preparing, then I'd advise you that, given your 100%, in fact, stretch beyond 100%. Yes, try to put in as much efforts as you can. Yes, so that you get the desired results in the first attempt itself. Probably not what you've always aimed for, but then anything satisfactory around that should be good, I think, for the first time. Yes, right. Hi Girish, yes, YOLO, riding solo. Okay, now anyone who's new here, my name is Amit Surana. I am an aeronautical engineer from Chennai. It's been 5 years since I've started teaching people on quantitative aptitude, and I've helped over 2 lakh students plus anyone who's being helped right now to achieve everything that they've always wanted to. If you're planning on sharing this on any of your social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp stories, whatever, wherever, right? Do not forget to use this hashtag cat live daily. And if you're looking for a platform where a lot of information sharing can happen, this is the URL to the Telegram group that we have, tinyurl.com/Unacademy chat. I am also a part of the group. I am an admin there. So if you have any questions, if you want to have a chat one-on-one, anything, yes, you can find me there. Yeah, great. And if you haven't already, taken the plus subscription, guys, do not hold back. Yes, this is not going to be, an a liability. In fact, this is going to be an investment, right? So you'll be investing in your future. And to be frank, guys, the best kind of investment is investing in your own future, because the return of investment, not only in terms of money, right, monetary value kept aside, the satisfaction that ROI would give you is way, way beyond comparison, right? So if you're planning on doing it, pick up any one of these packages, right? I would advise you obviously to go for the 12-month one, yes, which is actually very handy, very light on the pocket as well, less than 1500 a month, and you get an extra 10% discount after using my code Surana Live. Yes, so if you're planning on taking this anytime soon, and I would suggest that you take it today, because there's no better day than Sunday. I don't know, I just said that because it rhymed, but then the actual quote is, there's no better day than today, right? So please take it as soon as possible. My code is Surana Live. This will fetch you 10% discount and will send across some love from your end to me. So let's begin with this. If you are new, if you do not know how this actual CAT question session runs, how we roll in this session, what we need is, one, a notebook and a pen for you to try out the questions, take down notes, copy the solution, whatever. Number two, you would need a big bottle of water, right? A big bottle of water for celebration, right? We celebrate after we complete every question. Yes, as a salute to the milestone that we've covered, right? And another thing that I need for this session is a lot of energy. Yes. So can I see some energy now? How many of you are excited for this session? How many of you are eager to look at the first question? How many of you would want the first question to be on the screen right now? Anyone? Right, Rajesh, I don't know. There is not a better time than the lockdown for you to prepare, right? Like, it's destiny. Yes, that CAT 2020 is scheduled, and you have, study holidays, because nobody gets that, right? People have college, people have projects to do, people have to travel long distances for work. Everything is now been removed just so you can prepare for CAT. So this is destiny's call for you, right? Superb, guys. I can see so much energy. I can see so much energy that I'm charged up, right? So let's begin with the session, right? I set a timer of 90 seconds for every question. Yes, 90 seconds timer for a question, and the moment the next slide comes up, the timer would start, and after 90 seconds or even before that, if you can come up with the answers, very well. Yes, but I want you to send in the answer, because at this point in time, what matters to me is the amount of efforts that you're ready to put in, right? The amount of time and the efforts and the interest that you're willing to invest right now. Yes. So are you ready? Here we go. Here's the first question, and the timer has started. There's 90 seconds on the clock. This is a TITA question. To be frank, I'm actually kind of surprised this question was found in CAT, because this obviously doesn't belong here, right? This question does not belong in CAT. Right, guys? So you spent half of the time, 45 seconds you've already spent. And this question, to be frank, should not take you any more than 30 seconds to answer. Yes. To be honest, this is one of the examples that we've also seen in the recent class. Right, Vibhor has given his answer. His answer is 20 kilometers. What do you guys think? Others? If you've gotten 20 kilometers, guys, if you've gotten 20 kilometers, then that's the right answer. Yes, very good. Balram's got 20 kilometers, Girish has got 20, so has Anuj. And your 90 seconds are up, guys. Any second, any more time that you use up will be taking up from the other questions deserved 90 seconds. Yes, so you have to give all 90 seconds that a question deserves, but not more than that. Yes, wherever possible, less than that, of course. Yeah, great. 20 kilometers. Of course, Vibhor, that's what I'm saying. This question is so easy that this should not be. This is probably CAT going like, acha, try karke dekhte, let us give them an easy question. Let's see how they react. So probably a lot of them would have come up with the answer and then would have scratched their head as to, is this the right answer? Because there are no answer choices also to confirm, right? So this is a very simple question. A man leaves his home and walks at a speed of 12 kilometers per hour. So that's the speed of the man. Yes. Reaching the railway station 10 minutes after the train has departed. Yes. So if I say train departed, so if this is the time at which the train has departed, let's say t minutes or t hours or whatever, right? T hours and some minutes. Yes, this is the time at which the train has departed. This guy at 12 kilometers per hour reaches 10 minutes after. Yes, so he reaches what? After 10 minutes. This is the time at which he reaches, after 10 minutes. Yes. When he travels at what speed? 12 kilometers an hour. What does the other piece of information tell us? That if he travels at 15, yes, if he travels at 15, he reaches 10 minutes before. Yes, he reaches what? 10 minutes before the train's departure. If this is the time of train's departure, he reaches here. Yes, 10 minutes before. What's the question asked? The question is asking for distance. Yes, multiple ways of dealing with it, but to be frank, the fastest way to deal with this kind of a question is using equations. Yes, so we know that the difference in their times is 20 minutes. Would you agree? The difference in their times is 20 minutes. Yes, and what do we know for a fact? We know for a fact that the time, yes, taken to cover any distance d is what? Distance by speed. Yes, so we know the speed, we know the difference in the times, we need to find the distance. Yes, what do we know about the difference in the times? The difference between t1 and t2, that is the first given case and the second given case, is what? 20 minutes. Now I cannot use 20 here directly. Why? Because the speeds is in kilometer per hour, right? I'll have to convert this into hours real quick, which is nothing but 1/3. Yes. And what do we know about the times, individual times? Distance by the speed. Speed in the first case is what? 12. Speed in the second case is what? 15. Yes. This has to be equal to 20 by 60. Now, there is a very specific reason why I did not cancel this out as 1 by 3, because here the LCM is going to be 60 as well. Do you see? Right? D by 12, D by 15, the LCM is going to be 60 as well, which means this would be what? 5D minus 4D over 60 would be equal to 20. Or in other terms, so 60s would get cancelled out, right? Or in other terms, the distance that is to be covered is 20 kilometers. Yes, very sweet question. This is CAT being very merciful on us. Yes, coming up with a simple question like this. Yeah. So a question like this, all you have to do is what? Whenever they give you, difference in the times. Yes, whenever they give us difference in the times, whether directly, indirectly, whatever, and they're asking for the distance, directly come up with this equation. So you can avoid these. Start with this. This has got to be the first equation that you work with. This would lead to this, and in 2 steps we have the answer. Yes. So 30 seconds is also kind of an overstatement for a question, right? Yeah. Hi Redox, no issues if you're late, don't worry. It's okay. Yeah, Girish, comparatively, compared to 2018's CAT, any year's CAT is simple. Yes, 2018's CAT was actually, uh, you know, kind of depressing. Yes. Okay, Balram, patience, buddy, a little patience, right? I understand that this question doesn't deserve celebration, but if this question came in your actual CAT, then would you celebrate or not? Of course you would, right? So here goes the celebration for a simple question. Probably take a smaller sip or whatever. Yeah. This one was for CAT 2020 to be as merciful as 2017 or 2019's CAT. So here we go. The next question is on the screen. Have you guys understood this one? If you have any issues, any concerns, please raise up right away, right? Do not save them up. Yeah. My next question would be up and the timer has also begun. Yes. Here's another question from CAT 2017. Yes, this question is something that will probably take up the 90 seconds, right? Your timer has already started. I hope you've started reading the question and have gotten all information that you always wanted. Yes. So for a question like that, for a question like this, all you would need is some visualization of the given situation here, right? The situation is given to us, a scenario has been presented to us. All we'll have to do is what? Try to visualize this in such a way that you'd be able to get the right equations. Yes, and the moment you have equations in your hand, then it's just a matter of solving. Yeah, 50% of the time's done, guys. You have another 50% left. Yes, guys, 15 seconds. In fact, just 10 seconds. 10 seconds for you to give up the answer real quick. This is a question that is MCQ type, multiple choice question. Yes, you have to be very decisive in giving the answer. Your 90 seconds are up, guys. Your 90 seconds are exhausted. Yes, all you have to do now is give up an answer. Right, Balram, Anuj, very good. साक्षी of course 2 दिन पहले हुई थी बेसिक की क्लास. Vibor says C as well, very nice. How about others? Aju says C as well. There are 4 people putting their money on option C. Yes. So a question like this can actually be easily answered if at all you understand the given scenario. Yes, option C is the right answer. Yes. However, just because this question has answer choices, right? You were actually able to dodge a bullet. Otherwise, you would get stuck somewhere in between where you'll have some number in terms of miles, and you would assume that that was the right answer. Yes. So thank God that this question has answer choices. Yeah. All right. So all answers towards C. Let's see how we would answer this question. Arun drove from his house to hostel at 60 miles an hour, right? So let's say this is the distance between his house and the hostel. Yes, house and the hostel. And his speed is what? 60 miles an hour. While returning home, he drove halfway along the same route at a speed of 25 and then took a bypass. Yes. So now nowhere in the question is given what's the distance. So I'm going to assume the distance between the house and the hostel is D. Yes. Okay. Now, what do they say? They're talking about what? They've given the distance, the difference in the time, right? If his return journey took 30 minutes more than the onward journey. Yes. So let's look at the time taken by the onward journey. What would time be? Time is nothing but distance over speed. Distance in this case is D. What was his initial speed? It was 60. Yes. This and the difference between the other time should be what? So whatever is the other time, yes. Or in this case, let's consider this to be minus or whatever, right? Okay, let me just write it a little towards the right so that I don't overwrite anything. Yes, so D by 60 is the time. Onward, on return, what happens? Halfway along the same route at a speed of 25. Yes, so halfway, which means whatever is the distance, D by 2. The distance covered here is D by 2, and at what speed? At 25 miles per hour. And the other half, so in the other half, what happens because of the extension, right? Because of the extra 5 miles. Yes, so the distance becomes what? D by 2 plus the 5 miles extra, right? This is covered at what? 50 miles per hour. Yes. So the total time in the return would be how much? The total time in the return would be how much? D by 2. So the time, let's call it time A, which would be what? Distance by the speed. Speed is 25. So D by 2 by 25 would be how much? D by 50. Yes. And in this case, it would be what? D by 2 plus 5 upon 50. Yes. So now what do I have? I have 2 times, that is D by 2 plus 5. Yes. Plus this D over 50. Why? Because D by 2 by 25 would be D by 50, right? So I'm just directly adding it. The difference between these two is what? 30 minutes, which is nothing but 1 by 2. Yes. So let's do a little calculation here. We know D plus D by 2 is going to be how much? 3D by 2, right? 1 plus half is 1.5, that is 3 by 2 D plus 5 over 50 is, so what do we have? 3D by 2 plus 5 over 50 minus D by 60 is going to be how much? 1 by 2. Yes. The LCM here is going to be 300. Yes, 300. And what would we have here? 60 into 3D is 90D. 90D by 2 is 45D, right? Yes, oh sorry, into 5 is all we have to do. We don't need into 60 into, so this into 6, that is 18D by 2, that's nothing but 9D. Yes, plus 30 minus 5D is going to be how much? 1 by 2 or 150 in this case, right? So 150. Now what do you know? 9D minus 5D is 4D. 4D is equal to what? 150 minus 30, that's 120. So D is how much? 30 kilometers or 30 miles in this case. Yes. Now it's a good thing that this particular piece of number, this option was not given to us. Otherwise, we'd be in deep trouble, right? So a lot of you would get stuck here halfway and then get confused as to why is this not in the answer choices. Why? Because the question wants what? Not only that, it also wants this and this. Yes, correct. So 30 meters. So what do we know? Return journey was also 30 meters plus 5 extra miles, right? Not meters, miles, my bad. So totally, the total distance, this is onward, this is return, is how much? 65 miles. Yes. As a confusion, they have also given 60 miles because people would think, okay, one time, onward journey 30 miles, then return should also be 30 miles, that will be 60. Yes, but then the return had 5 extra miles to it. Yes. So the answer is option C, 65 miles. Yes. Are we good here? Yeah. This is a standard question, Yes. Just that you don't have to get confused since there's, a lot of unknowns, right? Hi, Arnav. No issues, no issues. Better late than sorry. Yes, please join us. We've answered 2 questions. Vibhor, what do you think? Does this question at least deserve a little bit celebration? Yes. If not, then my throat is getting dry. I'm gonna have to do a little bit celebration any which way. So anyone who think this question was worth it, go ahead, raise your glasses, raise your bottles, whatever. Go ahead and celebrate. Yes. Yes, Girish, go ahead. What is the doubt that you have? Why D plus 5 plus D by 2? Okay, all right. What is the total distance? I'm going to go to the previous scene. What is the total distance covered? First D by 2 was covered and then D by 2 plus 5 was covered. Yes. Yeah. D by 2 first distance, second distance is D by 2 plus 5, which is nothing but what? D by 2. So I directly calculated the time here. D by 2 for 25 meters miles per hour. That's D by 50. You get it? D by 50. This is D by 2 plus 5 by 50. Is this clear, Girish? I hope there's no confusion here. I just directly went for the time. I didn't want to add a separate step for calculating distance. So I just directly went for the time. I hope that's fine. Yeah. Yes. So again, like I said, this is a long question, right? A long question, and it's always better that you have some visualization, right? So I'm using this visual aid, this, just a simple diagram, which helps me understand, okay, that this distance and this distance is what is covered here halfway, and then here 5 miles extra. Yes. Great. Oh, Vibhor, shikanji pee rahe the. Okay, okay, good, good. What's better than water? Shikanji. Yeah, great. Superb. So are you guys ready for the next question now? Yes. If you haven't already celebrated, go ahead and do that. I did my part. Do your part. Yes. Uh, also, if you think you've understood the second question and the first one, right, go ahead, hit like if you haven't already done that. Yes, subscribe if you haven't already done that. Immediately share this on your social media platforms or on in your friends group or wherever. Yes, tell them that this is kind of fun. Yes, not the best way to spend a Sunday, but then way better than sitting and playing Ludo, right? Yeah. Okay, great. Chalo, the next question's on the screen. Yes, are you guys ready? I'm gonna have to see some energy here, guys. Yes, tell me that you're ready. Tell me that you are excited for the next question, and I'm gonna give it to you. Yes. How eager, how keen are you on looking for the next question? Yes. Show some energy. Great. So the next question, right? I can feel the energy here. The next question is on the screen for y'all, and the timer has begun as well. 90 seconds on the clock. Another question from 2017. What looks like a simple question is never a simple question. This could be an example of that. Yes. Go ahead, guys. You've spent your 30 seconds already. Another minute to go. This question will clearly eat up all the 90 seconds. Yes. 50% of the time you've spent it. Okay, Ju, you're eating lava cake. I hope you don't burn your mouth. I know, bad joke. Acha, PUBG is still in the market. I thought people were over it already. Great. Yes, guys, 90 seconds, 90 seconds on the clock already. Yes. The third question for you is on the screen. Have you guys figured the answer yet? Vibhor's gotten the answer. Aju's gotten the answer. Yes. A very simple question. A very simple question. If you can figure out the ratio, yes. The question's asking for the distance. All you have to figure out the ratio of their distances, and that will be way more than enough for us to deal with it. Yeah. Very interesting question this is. All right, so let's go ahead, look at the question. A motorbike leaves point A at 1 p.m. and move towards point B. So there are 2 points, A and B. Yes, point B, point A. There's a motorbike. Yes, the motorbike leaves point A at 1 p.m. Yes, so 1 p.m. is the time here. Yes, the motorbike leaves from here, right? Okay. Now what else is told to us? That at 2 p.m. a car leaves point B. Yes, so at 2 p.m. there is a car that leaves point B towards A. Yes, which is double, right? So the speed is what? Double of that of motorbike. Yes, the speed is what? Double that of motorbike. So if I'm going to assume S is the speed of the motorbike, then this is going to be what? 2S, right? So the speed is 2S. Yes. They meet at 3:40 p.m. So they meet somewhere, right? They meet somewhere which is 168 kilometers away, right? From A. So this is 168 kilometers away from A. And at what time do they meet? 3:40 p.m. Yes, 3:40 p.m. Now, from 1 p.m., if you look at 3:40 p.m., how much time is that? That's 2 hours 40 minutes. Yes, which is nothing but 160 minutes. Yes, 2 hours 40 minutes is what? 160 minutes. In terms of hours or in terms of fractions, it's going to be how much? Yes. So 40 minutes we know is 2/3. Yes, 2/3 plus 2 hours is how much? 8 by 3 hours. Yes, so this is 8 by 3 hours that are completed. Yes, 8 by 3 hours here. But this guy, B, when he covers this distance, right, whatever this is, this will help us answer the question. Yes, this will help us answer the question. What is the time taken by B to cover this distance? Started at 2 p.m. Yes, which means 1 hour less. So 1 hour less from here is going to be how much? 5 by 3 hours. Yes, 5 by 3 hours. Got it? Okay, so now we can go ahead. We can go ahead with the distance that is covered here, right? Now, what's the distance that's covered here? Distance covered by the bike is told to us, that is 168 kilometers. Yes, we have to find out how much is the distance covered by the car to answer this question successfully, right? But what do we know? Distance is nothing but what? We know for a fact that distance is speed into time. Yes, distance is what? Speed into time. Yes. Speed of the bike would be how much, guys? Speed of the bike considered by us is S. So S into time is how much? 8 by 3 hours. Yes. So this is S into 8 by 3 for the motorbike, right? For the car is how much? For the car, the distance covered is how much? It's going to be 5 by 3. Yes, 5 by 3 is the time taken by it in terms of hours. But the speed is what? 2s. Yes. So this is what? 10 by 3s. Yes, 10 by 3s. In terms of ratios, it's going to be how much? 8 is to 10. Correct? In terms of ratios, it is what? 8 is to 10. This is 8 is to 10. I'm going to keep it this way. I'm not going to reduce the ratio. Yes. Why? Because it's easy to multiply any number with 10. Now, all I have to find out is what? What is the common multiple here? What is multiplied by 8 to make it 168? That's 21. Yes. So if I multiply 10 into 21, what am I going to get? I would get 210 kilometers. So on the whole, the motorbike covers 168 kilometers, the car covers 210 kilometers, and they both meet at the same point, which means the total distance is going to be how much? 378 kilometers. Yes. Very simple question. All the way you can also continue with the equations itself, right? You can always continue with the equations itself if you're planning on finding out the distance. Yes. Such a simple questions, yet interesting. Yes, simple yet interesting, and that's what's the best part about this. Yeah, super. So have you gotten the answer as 378 kilometers, guys? Yeah, please check others who haven't. Yes, there's anyone who hasn't received the answer as 378 kilometers. Super, super. Balram, Balram, thoda easy. Don't worry, don't worry. All 3 years questions I'm gonna cover. Yes, that's a promise from my end. Yes, I've managed the time. I've managed the time in such a way that we'll be able to cover everything in today and tomorrow session, right? Don't panic. Yeah, great, superb. So here is the celebration, one for Balram's new learned patience and for this question as well. Cheers to you guys. Right, so are you guys up for the next question? Are you guys up and ready for the next question, guys? Yes. So it's a very simple question, a very simple question. Yes, the reason why I directly went for the ratios is because I know this distance for a fact, right? This distance is known to me directly, and I don't really have to rely upon anything. Yes, directly jump to the what? To the ratio. Now here if you notice, you know that distance, yes, and speed would be directly proportional if the time is constant. Yes, but the issue here was what? The time was not actually constant. Yes, because D took some other time. I mean, the motorbike took some other time and the car took some other time. Yes, there's a 1 hour gap there. Yep. Yes. So the next question. Are you all ready? Yes. Let's go ahead. 90 seconds on the timer. Yes. On the screen for you guys is the fourth question. This one is from 2018. If you are going to freak out a little bit, you're allowed to panic. Yes, but then the question is very, very simple to go ahead with. Very simple to go ahead with. Yes. Go ahead. You have about a minute left, 60 seconds left to answer this question. Make standard basic equations and then see where it takes you. right? That's the entire deal here with this question. Make standard equations and let's see where it takes us. Yes. And so you have about 15 seconds left, guys. 15 seconds left. Vibhor has given the answer. Trikash has given it. Very nice. Superb. So according to them, D, 5 kilometers an hour is the right answer. What do you guys think? All right. So there goes your 90 seconds. Others, real quick, come on, answer this question. It's a very simple question. Just understand what the equation is. Just figure out the standard equations, and then this will take you all the way there, right? Anuj has also given the answer to this question, which is D. I'm going to zero down on this question. The answer is option D, 5 kilometers an hour. Yes. What is the question that says here? The question says something very, very simple, right? The distance between A and B is given to us. Yes, there are 2 points A and B. Yes. And the distance between them is what? 60 kilometers, right? What is it that we have to do? They're saying Partha and Narayan start from A at the same time and move towards B, right? So they both start, Partha and Narayan both start at the same time, move towards B. Partha takes 4 hours more than Narayan to reach B. Yes. So Partha takes what? 4 more hours. So if I say for Partha to reach B, it took, somewhere around T hours. Yes. Partha would have taken what? T plus 4 hours. Correct? Great. What else is known to us? Moreover, Partha reaches the midpoint of A and B 2 hours before Narayan reaches B. What does it mean? Partha reaches the midpoint, which means half of this distance. Yes, half of this distance. So for Partha to cover the entire distance, right, entire 60 kilometers, if it takes him T plus 4 hours, then to cover half of it, how long would it take? Half of the time? Yes. This is what? 2 hours less than time taken for Narayan to reach the entire distance. Yes. So now what do we have? We have some terms. Yes. Let's see what we can do about it, right? Now 60 kilometers. To cover 60 kilometers, Narayan takes T hours, Partha takes T plus 4 hours. Yes. To cover 30 kilometers, half of the distance. Yes, to cover half of the distance, Narayan we don't really care about because Partha's half the time is what? T plus 4 by 2. Since the speed is same, right? The speed is same. Yes, what would happen? The distance covered, the time taken would be half. Yes. This is what? This is 2 hours less than this. Correct? This is 2 hours less than this. Yes. So what would be our equation then? So we have what? T plus 4 by 2. The difference between Partha's half time and Narayan's full time is how much? 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours. So now we can quickly find out the time. The time is going to be how much? 2t minus t, which is, so this is in brackets. Okay, do not make this mistake, guys. 2t minus t would be t. Yes, t minus 4 would be 4 because the denominator will go to the other side. So t is going to be how much? 8 hours. Yes, 8 hours. What does the question ask? The question is asking for whose speed? Partha's speed. You have to be very careful here, guys. Partha's speed is not 8. Partha's time is not 8 hours. It is 12 hours, right? So Partha's time taken by Partha is how much? 8 plus 4. That's 12 hours. Yes. And what is the distance that he has to cover? 60 kilometers. Yes. So speed is what? Distance over time. Distance is very clearly given to us as 60 kilometers. Time we figured out to be 12 kilometers an hour, which zeroes up to what? 5 hours. Yes. So it takes Partha, sorry, 5, my bad, 5 kilometers an hour. Yes, 5 kilometers per hour. Yeah, so this is going to be my answer. Yes, any questions here? Any confusions here? Very simple question, very straightforward question. All you've got to do is what? Make the equations. Yes. You can always rely upon answer elimination as well, right? Very good, Vibhor. Yeah. I guess Sakshi, I guess your question has been answered by Vibhor. If you still have any questions, just thoda sa rewind karke dekh lo later. You still don't get it, feel free to ask me on Telegram. Yes. So how was this question, guys? How was this question? How did you feel about this question? Was it easy? Was it difficult? The answer seems to be very straightforward, right? You can also, like Vibhor suggested, you can also go ahead and deal with the answer choices. All you're gonna have to do is what? Assume one of them to be Partha's speed. Yes, so the roundest number here that you can go for is 5. Yes, which means in the first shot itself, we'd be able to answer it. Yes. Girish, where do we have t minus 4? What do you mean by t? Where do I have t minus 4? Nowhere do I have t. Okay. No, what this t minus 4 is just I've solved this equation. Girish, मैंने ये equation को solve किया. I've solved this equation. 2t, so I'm gonna write the expansion of this here. This is going to be what? I'm gonna take the LCM, so this is going to be 2t minus t plus 4 by 2 is equal to 2. Got it? Yes, so 2t minus t minus 4, which is t minus 4. Yes, so t minus 4 is 4, t would be 8 hours. Do you get it? ये इसका expansion है बस. I've just done this step mentally. That's what I would suggest you to do in actual test also, right? Do some steps mentally so that you don't eat up so much space, and the more you write, the more time would be consumed, right? Superb. I'm so glad that you think this question is very easy. Superb, guys, superb. Because if you think a question from 2018's CAT was easy, that basically means that you are ready. At least in the perspective of time, speed, and distance. Yes. Great. Anuj, the first thing that I always look for in a question is what the question is expecting. Yes, look out for what the question is expecting and then move on with the information that's given to you. Yes. No issues, Girish. Shahid, that happens. That happens if you're not very, acquainted with the question and the question types. Yes. So to make equations, you'll have to just solve multiple questions that deal with equations. That's the only solution there. Yes. Try to solve as many questions, or even better, what I'd suggest is solve the same question, right? For example, if you were to solve the same question again, just sit and wonder, like you're watching this, you're looking at this question for the first time, right? So if you look at this question for the first time, what would your approach be? How would you start making equations? And when you start wondering it that way, right, you know what the equations are subconsciously. Yes. So you start directly going with the information and make the equations right away. Now, if a replica of this question was found elsewhere, you would still be able to make equations. Yes. Learn like that. It's like machine learning, right? It's like machine. In fact, our brain is way more powerful than that. But then still, I'm going to take some technical help here, right? It's like machine learning. You've got to keep telling the machine that this is the data, this is the data, this is the data. After the fourth or the fifth time, it completely learns what this is. Yes. Superb, great. All right, guys. All right. So we've solved 4 questions. Yes. Now is a good time for us to do a quick celebration. Yes. We've crossed the 50% mark, right? We've almost gone through half the journey, right? So cheers to you. Great. Another question on the screen for you guys. Yes. If you haven't already liked this video, which I don't see everyone has already done it. Yes. If you've not already done it, guys, go ahead, do it right away. Yes, hit like right away, because you know you are learning something that would probably have costed you a lot, right? So this is happening for you for, no cost in terms of money, only your time, only your participation, only your energy is what is spent here, right? Great. So the next question would be on the screen for you guys to answer. And here we go. This is another question from 2018's first lot. Yes, 2018's first lot. Another question. Very interesting question. Very interesting question. Something that will make you think. That sort of a question this is. Ahimsa, hi. Hello. Are you just joining? We're looking at the fifth question, which means we've already solved four before that. No worries though. You can always rewatch this video. Your 50% of the time you spent, guys. 50% of the time is already spent. Yes. You have another 50% left for you to answer this question. Very interesting question. Again, if you can use some visual aid, right? Something that will help you visualize the situation. Equations can be easily made that way also, right? Shahid, if you were wondering how to make equations, use some visual aid, right? You have to imagine something. So these much too much of information, very difficult to imagine directly mentally. So all you can use is a quick visual aid, right? Superb. Trikash has already given the answer, guys. Trikash is on fire right now. Your 90 seconds are up. You've consumed all 90 seconds that this question deserved. I hope you have the answer here with you. Do you have the answer, guys? Rikash says the answer according to him is 12 minutes. What do you guys have to say to that? Vibhor says 12, Anuj says 12. Very nice. Yes, another TITA question type. Yes, another type in the answer question type. So here, though there is one disadvantage that you would not be able to know if you're moving in the right direction, but then if you're confident with the piece of information given to you and how you've perceived it, then there should not be any second thoughts in your mind. Yes. Moreover, this question is kind of damage proof, which means it does not have a negative score if you answer this wrong. Which means if you come across a question like this in your CAT, go crazy on the answer choices if you don't get the answer. Yes. Divya has the answer 12 as well. Very nice. Balram, 22 minutes is 10 minutes extra from the right answer. Please check. What we are looking for is the time taken by car 1. Yes. And to reach A to B. Yes. So let's have a quick visualization of the question. Point P lies between 2 points A and B. Yes, so there are 2 points A and B. Yes, and point B lies between these two. Yeah, all right. But then what is given? What is given? By between, they do not mean always the middle, right? So when you visualize, or when you use a diagram or something, make it as real as possible, such that the length of BP is thrice that of AP. Yes. So if AP is this much, BP is going to be that much, right? Thrice. Not exactly, yeah, but approximately, yes. So if I were to consider this to be D, this is going to be what? 3 times D. Yes. Okay. What else is told to us? Simultaneously, car 2 starts from point B and starts moving towards A. So car 1 starts from A, moves towards B. So there's car 1 starts from A, moves towards B. At the same time, car 2 also starts, move towards A from B. Car 2 reaches point P 1 hour after car 1 reaches point P. Yes, so first car 1 reaches, after 1 hour car 2 reaches point B, right? Obviously because there's more distance to be covered. Also, what is told to us, speed of car 2 is half of that of car 1. Yes, which means if car 1 speed is S, then car 2 speed would be what? 2s. Correct? Am I right or am I wrong? Yes. Okay. Now what is told to us? It is known to us that, okay, they're asking the time in terms of minutes taken by car 1 to reach distance d. Yes, this distance a to b. So what do we know? We know that the difference in their times, right? The difference in their times is how much? Is 1 hour, right? Yeah, car 2 reaches 1 hour after car 1. Yes. What do we know? The difference in their times is given to us. Yes. Let's go ahead and use that. Yeah, what is time? Time is distance by speed. Yes. So for car 1, the time would be how much? Time taken by car 1 would be how much? Distance by 2s. In this case, it would be how much? 3 times distance by s. Yeah, this would be time 2. Yes. Now I have two choices. I can either move ahead with this in terms of ratios if I want, or I can directly deal with equations, right? If I deal with equations, what I'll be involved in is finding d first, yes, and then dealing with, uh, yeah, so I'll be involved in finding the distance first, right? So the choice is yours, what do you want to go for? Yes, the choice would be yours, what do you want to approach to? Yes, but what I'd say is go for the ratio. Yes. Okay, so what is the ratio here? What is the ratio? If you see, the ratio of the time would be how much? So s would get cancelled. D by 2 is to, okay, 1 by 2 is to 3 is nothing but 1 is to 6. Yes, so can I say the ratio of their times is 1 is to 6? Yes, ratio of their times is what? 1 is to 6. Yes. Now, what can we use here? What can we use here to get the ratio? Yes, the difference. Yes, we know the difference. So if I consider this to be 1t, then this will be 60. Yes. Now, what do we know the distance difference is in the time? 1 hour. Yes. 60 minus 1t is how much? 5t. So 5t is what? 1 hour. Yes. 5t is 1 hour, which I can write it as 60 minutes because we want the answer in terms of minutes. So what is t? T is nothing but time taken by car 1. Yes. 60 by 5, 12 minutes. Not meters. Yes. There. Yeah, so what have I done? I have dealt with the times directly. I know the difference in their times is 1 hour. Since I do not directly want to find the distance or the speed, yes, what I want is distance divided by 2s. Yes, this is what I want. So for this, instead of directly dealing with the equations, which I can still go ahead and do that, I directly jump to the ratio of their times. Yes. So Balram, your answer 22 minutes is incorrect. Have you checked it already? Am I still reading the old chat? Yes. Anyone? If I were to directly deal with this, I would get the speed in terms of distance. Yes. If I were to directly deal with this and take the difference between these two, I would get the distance in terms of, I would get the speed in terms of distance, or the other way around, distance in terms of speed, whatever. I can still go ahead and do that. I can still go ahead and do that, but I'd rather, have you go with ratios. Simple, right? Just one extra step and you have the answer. Yes. So I'm going to do the equations also if you want. Yeah, the difference between these two, right? The difference between these two is what? 1 minute. So 3d by s minus d by 2s is how much? 1 hour. Yes, if I take one the other side, what would I be left with? The s would get cancelled out. Yes, so if I take this the other side, I would get what? 3d minus d by 2, sorry, 3d would be equal to 3 by s would be equal to d by 2s 1 minus d by 2s. Yes. So what would happen? Then you can cancel out the speeds. Yes. You can take an LCM real quick if you want. The LCM is still here, d by 2, you can still keep it. 3d minus d by 2 is all you have to do. That is nothing but 2.5, that is 5 by 2d. Yes, this would be in terms of second minutes, that will be 60. Yes, if you solve this ahead, what would you get? You would get d in terms of the speed. Yes, you'll get, so you don't even have to convert this right now into 60. Yes, just use it the way it is, and then you get the answer. Yes. Yeah, so this was a question from 2018's CAT. Yes. Have you all gotten the answer as 12 minutes, everyone? Yeah. Again, a very simple question, a very simple question. Yes, just that the information given is to spread across, right, in different places. That bringing them together could be a task. Otherwise, it's a very simple way to deal with it. Yeah. Are we good? Great. No, Balram, we have one more question to go. Yes, I thought we would cover, uh, you know, most of 2018's question from the first lot. So that we've done. Oh, sorry. Before showing that, I should have actually set up the timer. My bad, my bad. But we've also not celebrated, guys. You're not remembering the culture here. Yes, quick celebration to the previous question. All right, the last question. Are you guys amped? Are you guys stoked for the next question? No issues, Girish. It happens sometimes. Yes, you think that you're in the wrong direction, but you end up in the right one. Or sometimes you think you're in the right one, but you end up in the wrong one. That's just the way how it rolls. Yes. Can you guys quickly send me a yes if you are ready for the last question for the day? Yes. Are you guys ready for the next question? If you are, then quickly send me a yes. Tell me that you are ready, you are stoked, you are amped to end this day with a very good question. Yes. All right. Siddhant has finally spoken. Siddhant says he is super ready. Yes. So let's go ahead. Next question on the screen. 90 seconds on the timer. Here we go. This is a question from trains. To be frank, has nothing to do with trains. This could have been any other moving object but trains. Yes. So if you notice, we've had three questions from CAT 2018's first lot. Yes. So you have around three questions, sometimes less. Not, it's very rare that there's more than three questions from time, speed, and distance in one paper. Yes. Here's the last question for the day, guys. Last question for the day. 45 seconds already up. You have half more time left. Yeah, super. I think I have. So, questions on the screen. Very simple question. Just requires you to understand the situation given here. Again, use a visual aid wherever possible, right? Okay. So, what is the best way to practice questions daily during this lockdown? The best way to practice questions, Siddhant, is to practice daily, especially in the lockdown, right? Your 90 seconds are up, guys. Your 90 seconds are up. Can I start seeing answers? Siddhant, the best way to practice is to go with topics. Yes, start with topics. You can probably stick to the same schedule that we are using, right? The same plan that we are using. Yes, start with arithmetic, then move on to other concepts, right? Move on to algebra later. Move on to geometry and trigonometry later. Yes, you can stick to the same plan. Yes, make sure that you practice enough questions, right? Enough questions. So what we are doing probably is covering a complete concept with questions from CAT in about 3 or 4 days, right? 4 or 5 days also. But then you may not be able to cover up all questions. Yes. So in order to do that, you can probably spend 1 week for every topic. Yes. But then you'll have to make sure that you complete 100% of that topic in that week. Yes. Vibhor, Trikash, Divya, Anuj all have 15 hours as the answer. Again, a very simple question. Yes, again requires you to understand the scenario. That's all. Yes. So, like I said, the question is from trains, but then it has nothing to do with trains except for the fact that there are stations. But you can travel between stations in cars, in bikes, you can walk between stations also. Yeah. Anyway, okay, any other answers? If that is it, then I'm going to start making you understand the question here. So there's train T that leaves station X for station Y at 3 p.m. So what do we have? We have two stations, X and Y. Yes. So train T leaves at what? 3 p.m. All right. Train S. So there's another train S traveling at 3/4 the speed. Yes, so 3/4 the speed. Instead of considering the speed of this train to be 1, I'm going to consider it to be 4. Yes. So if the speed here is 4, let's say 4 speed or velocity V, right? If this is 4V, then this is going to be what? 3V. Yes. So the speed of this is 3V. Two trains pass each other at a station Z. So there's a station Z somewhere, right? What is known about the distance? The distance between X and Z is 3/5 of that between X and Y. So X and Y, if I consider to be 5, then it's going to be what? 3D. This would be 5D. 2D. Yes. If the total is 5, then this would be 3/5, that is 3D. This would be the remaining, that is 2D. Or 3/5 and 2/5, the ratio would be 3:2, either which ways, right? The question is asking what? How many hours does train T take for its journey from X to Y? So X to Y, what is the time? Yes, so X to Y. So I'm going to write down what I'm expecting way beforehand so that I don't get involved in too many variables, right? X to Y, it is 5D. Yes. And they want the time. Yes, so what is time, guys? Distance over speed. So 5D by what would we need? 4V. Correct. So this is what we are expecting from this question, right? Super. Okay, now what do we know? We know that these two guys, right? These two guys meet somewhere in the middle, but the difference between their times is what? 1 hour. Yes, so can we deal with time directly? Yes. What do we know? Time. So this guy would obviously take longer because he starts later and his speed is also low, right? So the time taken by train Y, or what is the train? Train S. Yes, the time taken by train S would be what, guys? Distance by speed, right? So distance by speed, distance here is what? 2D is to be covered. What is the speed? The speed is 3V. Yes. Now, okay, so this guy would take lesser time. Yes, so this would be subtracted with this guy's speed. That is what? 3D to be covered at 4V speed. This is what? 1 hour. Yes. I can take LCM here, right? So I'm going to continue this, right? So I've ended this here. I'm going to continue with this in the next slide. So 3D by 4V, 3D by 4V minus 2D by 3V is 1. Yes. So if I take LCM, it will be 12. Yes. So this would be 4 times. That's 4. This would be 3 times. My bad. So 3 times would be what? 3 times 3D would be 9D minus this would be 4 times, that is 8D by 12B, which is 1. Yes, or in other terms, d by v, right? D by v is 12. Am I right? Now this will clearly help us answer the question that we had. What were we expecting? We expected to find 5d by 4b. Yes. So 5d, I'm going to do it here. 5d by 4b. Can I say it is 5 by 4 into d by v, which is how much? 5 by 4 into 12. D by v is 12. So what do we have? Cancel this further. I have 5 3 times 15 hours. So the time taken by the first train is what? 15 hours. Yes. Yeah. So here is my answer. There we go. Yeah. So any questions here, guys? Any questions? Siddhant, you need some platform to practice questions daily. You can always consider taking up the Plus platform, Unacademy's Plus subscription. Yes, amazing place to practice, amazing place to take up mocks as well. Also, all of this that we're doing here would also be there, right? In fact, a little better as well. Yes. What would you suggest as a better option, going for CAT and getting into Indian B schools, or getting good score in GMAT and going abroad for MBA? Now, Trikarsh, see, if this is about your career, then you will have to decide what you want your future to be. Yes. Do you want to be in another country? Do you want to be a citizen there? Do you want to work there for some time, come back here? Too many factors into it, right? In fact, what I'd suggest, Trikash, is if we can have this conversation separately, I could be able to help you better. Yes. But as a suggestion, what I tell you is, if you can afford it, then take both. Write CAT as well as GMAT. To be frank, GMAT's quant is comparatively easier. You'll have to work harder there on the verbal. Yes, the verbal section, VARC section in CAT is comparatively easy to GMAT's verbal section, right? So it's going to be up to you, right? It's going to be up to you. What are you good at? What would be the things that you're looking for, right? Too many factors that come into play, which means the conversation would be longer. Yes. You can always reach out to me on Telegram. Yes. Right. So 15 hours, Balram, I guess your questions answered there, right? Yes. Sancheta. Okay, Vibor, I think I owe you something, right? Thank you for answering a lot of questions. Yes. So probably this one's for Vibor for extending his help to other people as well, and majorly to me. Cheers, Vibor. Suraj, superb. Welcome, Suraj. Welcome, Sancheta. Uh, why we subtracted what? Because the difference in their times is 1 hour. Balram. Are you asking the reason why we subtracted both their times? This is time taken by the first train, that is T, and this is the time taken by the second train, that is S. The time taken by S, time taken by T, the difference between them is 1 hour. That's why. Yes. Anuj, if you have a shortcut, then go ahead. Are you assuming there is a shortcut because there's some table I haven't used here? Okay, this shouldn't belong here. This is from the previous question. Okay, if that's the reason, then no. Yeah, Anuj. Urvi, why do you get stuck with the equations? You do not have to get stuck with the equations. You have to make sure that you reduce the number of variables, right? The fastest way to deal with maximum equations, right? If you have too many equations or too confusing equations, then the fastest way to deal with them is to reduce the number of variables. So instead of considering the speed of one train to be x and the other to be y, I'm going to put it as a same variable so that I don't have another equation to deal with it later. Yes. Also, if you notice how we've dodged fractions, right? We've dodged fractions. Instead of assuming the speed to be just v or just x or y or whatever, we've assumed it to be 4v, because then taking 3/4 of it would become very simple. Yes, so the key here is to reduce the number of equations, to deal with more whole numbers than dealing with fractions. The same thing applies for the distance also, right? I could have taken d and 3/5 of d and 2/5 of d, but then I do not want to deal with fractions. Yes. Okay, Amritesh. I guess then now it's sorted, right? So these questions were found in 2017 and 2018's CAT, all relating to time, speed, and distance. Yes. What we'll be looking at tomorrow is more questions from 2018 second slot and 2019. Yes. Tomorrow's session again starts at 6:30 p.m. Yes, and I think what we've achieved today is way beyond expectations, right? Because although the question seemed simple, because we were able to come up with equations real quick. Yes. Now, anyone who still thinks that dealing with these equations is not your cup of tea, I'm gonna say dealing with equations is everyone's cup of tea, right? It's that common cup that these tea shops use, not the use and throw ones. Yes, मैंने पिया, then wash किया, फिर आपने पिया, wash किया, that kind of cup. Okay, I'm sorry for being so disgusting. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So here, what I'm trying to say is dealing with equations is very simple, and everyone can do it as simple as anyone else can. Yes. Just that all you require is looking at the question and coming up with the equations. Yes. For that, what I'd suggest is the same 6 questions you can again go through, right? Go through the same 6 questions again. This time, do not wait for the solutions to come up. Pause the video. Just look at the question. Yes. Try to solve it. Even better, I've set up the timer also 90 seconds. Yes. So you know when the time is going to be up. Yes. So in these 90 seconds, what you should work on is coming up with equations, right? And the moment you have equations, you're good to go. Yeah. Sancheta, yeah. So see, you're late. Uh, okay, what you'll have to work on, Sancheta, is either instead of coming for live, then you'll have to come up for after live sessions, the offline session. I mean, the same session that is in recorded version, right? So you can probably go through those. Yes, and whenever you have a question, feel free to ask. That's the best I can offer. Even better, Sancheta. What I'd want you to do is take up the plus subscription, right? So you can actually kind of customize. We can also customize the time. Yes, we can also work things out between the session and you, right? So your schedule and the schedule can actually be worked out as well. Yes, and you would be able to cope, Sancheta, just that you need an extra push if you're watching the offline ones. Yes. Sure, Urvi. Okay. Vibhor, yeah, right. Yes. Suraj, what are you not understanding? If you don't understand a specific question, then you can go ahead, watch it again. You can always drop in some comments. You can always actually looking for a WhatsApp group. To be frank, Suraj, WhatsApp groups do not accommodate a lot of people, right? So Telegram is the Indian version of it, right? And like our Prime Minister has said, you'll have to be the vocal for local. Yes. So start working, start using Telegram more than WhatsApp. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, for being a part of the session. Yes, before leaving, do not forget to like. If you think you've understood everything that we've spoken today, do not forget to like. Do not forget to share it with your friends also who you think can be benefited by this. Yes. And to join the community that we have on Telegram, all you'll have to do is download Telegram, type in this web address, tinyurl.com/Unacademy chat. My Telegram ID is Amit _ Surana. if you have any questions, if you want to chat, if you want to vent out anything, right? You know there's someone for you, right? Amit underscore Surana, ANS caps. You can always go ahead and do that. Yes. And people who haven't already thought about an academy subscription, guys, please do not have second thoughts. Yes, apart from the live classes that we have and the interaction that you have with the educator, there you would be able to get a better hold of me and a better hold of the things that are happening in the live classes. Yes, apart from that, the leaderboard and the live polls will help you understand where you are with your competitors, because CAT is all about percentile, and percentile definitely has something to do with your competitors taking the test, right? So you have to you have to, I'm not asking you to be selfish, but you'll have to be prepared for a scene like that. Yes. And the test series and analysis, the analysis of the test series there, guys, is amazing, right? It does not only tell you which answer is right or wrong, but also helps you understand where you are with respect to each of the areas that are covered, how much time you've spent on every question. Yes, whether you marked a question, whether you highlighted a question, all of that. Yes, so that's something you'll have to consider. Yeah. And the best part about this is live doubt clearing sessions. Yes, so anyone who's trying to approach me on Telegram asking for doubts, yes, I will obviously help you with that. Yes, just that it would take me longer to do it, but if you want things to be answered real quick and more efficiently, right, having a live conversation, that's the best part about it. Yes, all you'll have to do is what? Install the Unacademy's learning app, go for the subscriptions, plus subscription, select CAT if that's what you're planning on giving. There are other courses also. All you'll have to do is what? Yeah, there are other courses also. If you have any friends, any relatives who are planning on taking this up, do not stop yourself from referring this to them. Yes, all you have to do is get the subscription, and if you look at the prices here, guys, these are extremely affordable, very light on the pocket, extremely uh, you know easy compared to the competitors, right? And the benefits are double. Yes, so if you see here, the price and the benefits are inversely proportional. Do you see how? Yeah, so you have to use the code Surana Live, which will fetch you a wholesome discount of 10% because you've taken this up listening to my advice. Yes. So Surana Live is my code. Thank you very much for being in this session. Thank you very much for your patience and your contribution, guys. I hope you've liked this video. Yes, if you haven't already subscribed to it, go ahead and do that. Yes, join the Telegram group. Do not forget to hit the bell icon. And if you haven't already shared this on your social media platforms, go ahead and do that, guys. Hashtag cat live daily. This is me, Amit Surana, taking an off. I will see you tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Until then, have a great night, and I wish for a happy Monday.